Many people ask me all the time about online businesses and online commerce, e-commerce. Most people ask me about this when they're down on their luck. People that are suffering from food insecurity or houselessness will often ask me about e-commerce and online activity. Can I run a business online is what many of them will say. And I will tell them, absolutely you can. But the biggest issue that most online businesses have, is scaling. How do you scale? And I explain this to people. I go out in the streets to missions, to all these different places, and I explain this to people. And ShipStation is the answer because users of ShipStation report scaling 3 times faster than average, allowing them to reinvest more into their business with the time and money that they are saving, ShipStation allows you to automate shipping tasks and manage orders in an easy-to-use dashboard. I'm telling you, I love ShipStation because I've seen friends go from fledgling mom-and-pop businesses to literally some of the largest companies you'll ever see using ShipStation because they can ship. I have a friend that makes little doodads and knickknacks for the holidays and ships them to people. And people love them because they're made with care. They're not made in China with communism. They're made by people in America who sit in their homes and make the little pieces. And maybe it'll be an animal on a frozen lake or pond, or maybe it'll be a tree. Whatever it is, maybe it's a little turkey, gobble, gobble. What it is, these are the little knickknacks. When you walked into your grandmother's house when you were young and she would have these little knickknacks, you understood what life was about, Now everything is cold and modern. It's like a neurologist's office, and you walk into a holiday, and it looks like someone's going to tell you have a tumor because there's nothing in anyone's home. Everything is about finishes, slate gray, black, satanic stone, reminds you of Mordor, It reminds you of the ring. It reminds you of power, You look at the way these homes are designed and the way these kitchens are designed, and the theme of a lot of these homes is the only God is death. And that is not what we're trying to do here. We want to have an e-commerce business with little knickknacks, little things. You could ship them out, little fun things, little, misery, all the penguins faced on having these little ceramic things in a house makes a family mean something, And my friend has this little business where they'll make something fun and they ship it. And they use ShipStation because it allows them to centralize label printing, order management, tracking, returns, and inventory in one easy-to-use platform. So you don't have to manage your back office. Your back office is being managed for you. It's being automated. It's kind of amazing. And then you can also sell the little things that you do. It's so important to have these things in your home. People call them clutter. That's what we had a lot of these anti-clutter shows, like that Japanese woman, Marie Kondo, and Hoarders, where they found the most extreme examples of clutter, basically people that had mental problems. And they said, we should clean them out. And the result of this has been the destruction of culture in America, little by little, trinket by trinket. Fun little ashtray from Key West, gone. Little snow globe from Vegas, gone. We call them clutter, but they're kitschy little knickknacks that used to fill our lives with pride and joy. And you used to be able to say we went on a trip and we got this little ashtray, we got a fun little whatever, we got a mug, Now you go to Anguilla with your friends and the only thing you could say is, we got away with that girl we murdered. Hey, we murdered a girl and we got away with it because your body went out to sea. Thank God the tides went that way. She didn't wash back up, But there was one time in this country when you would go and you would drive somewhere in a Winnebago and get fun knickknacks, You didn't go with your boss to Anguilla and your friend and break a woman's neck and then put her in the ocean and then the tides brought her out to sea because it was some type of riptide event and then her body was eaten by sharks and it didn't wash up on the beach because if it did, there would have been DNA tests and they would have called you back there and it would have been a whole big thing. But it wasn't. But That's not the way it used to be. You used to walk in on Thanksgiving and there'd be a little table in the living room with knickknacks and trinkets from fun little places. And a lot of them were religious. And these little knickknacks and trinkets and fun little baskets with little robin's eggs and little birds and little animals, cute little ceramic foxes and maybe a little guy playing a fiddle. That was better, okay, than going to Anguilla and committing a murder. You murdered someone on a beach, okay? Whether it was an accident or not, and I don't buy that it was an accident, you did it. You did it, and it'll haunt you, and you see her face every time you close your eyes. You can also automate repetitive or tedious tasks to save time and reduce errors, because there are so many errors that you make when you are just focusing on the most important part of your business, which is the origination of leads and the sales. Sales is the engine of any business. Sales and marketing. Content is king, marketing is queen. Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V, actually. What I'm saying is that there's a revolution happening, a return to clutter, a return to stuff, a return to things, a return to mementos, a return to memorabilia. And I think a lot of this is very good and very positive. And I think that if people don't start embracing things like this, okay, it's going to be we're going to live in a very empty clinical hellscape where people are just literally going to islands and murdering people and getting away with it. Okay. Upgrade to shipping software that does more than keep up with your business. ShipStation propels it forward. Start your 60-day free trial at ShipStation.com and use code Tim Dillon. That's ShipStation.com, code Tim Dillon. But my point